Hello, welcome back to my Venus overlay series. Today's video is going to be covering Venus overlay in the 8th house. If you don't already know what an overlay is, please watch my intro to any of my Venus overlays in houses 1 through 6 where I explain. Venus is a feminine receptive relationship planet regardless of what it already rules in the chart. It can show how in touch someone is or isn't with the feminine. It also stands for personal finances, values, beauty, voice, luxury, and comforts. It will say something about relationships and the love life of the person as well. The 8th house is a financial house, but unlike the 2nd house of personal finances, possessions, and self-worth, it's joint finances, taxes, inheritance, money, and possessions coming from the other or the partner. And also, it's the power that we have once we discover our self-worth. It's the house that also has to do with sex and death, but only death in a symbolic sense and not a literal sense. It is deep and transformative, so when Venus in someone's chart falls into an overlay with another person's 8th house, there's a fascinating bond. The house person feels compelled to be around the Venus person, and it can lead to obsession and a bit of fear. The 8th house is a hidden house where we struggle to trust and be totally honest. A Venus overlay could encourage and charm the house person into opening up. This can then disturb the house person, but often there's a feeling of finally finding someone to lean on, and they're morbidly curious to stay and find out if it's true. Because insecurity and trust issues are activated, this dynamic requires a lot of communication and patience between partners to foster trust and avoid being possessive, jealous, or even abusive. The house person can become very demanding of Venus, requiring that they give them proof of their word at completely unnecessary times. Venus may want to please the house person and be afraid to go live life at the cost of the constant questioning over their activities. There is hope through therapy and counseling, and if the house person has worked through a lot of their baggage already, things run much smoother. The 8th house is also a financial house, so Venus in an overlay may affect how the house person receives their inheritance or can help them with any kind of joint financial situation, whether business or in a relationship. It's less likely that Venus will be the source of or the one that benefits from the income here compared to the 2nd house overlay. When relationships with this overlay end, it often leaves a deep mark on both people for better or for worse. Much like angle synastry, you won't easily forget them. Often, if these relationships are even short-term, they are very important for the character growth of each party involved and can be described as feeling destined. I would just like to give a little PSA. No matter how completely under a spell it feels sometimes to be caught up in astrological influences, you really do have a choice. If someone is becoming unhealthy, don't hesitate to reach out for help, and don't let someone isolate you in the name of love or fate. Toxic relationships hide behind labels like twin flame, so please be very careful when someone is using these terms to get away with bad behavior. That's it for Venus 8th house overlay. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Leave a comment below if you've experienced this overlay, and thank you so much for watching.